So I was thinking about this church van that we got. It's big, it's blue, it's old, it's kind of decrepit. And a lot of people may think that it really doesn't have a whole lot of use because of its age. It's got a lot of rust around the corners. It's got a lot of, you know, rips in the seats, and the floors are kind of beat up, you know, all these kind of things. And a lot of people might look at that and go, it's got no use. Why would we keep this thing around? I mean, it's just a hunk of junk. We're not saving any money. We're not doing anything good, keeping this boat afloat. But I started thinking about the van, and I think the van's a little bit misunderstood, just like a lot of people. And I think that if you were to take a look at the van and maybe look at yourself, you might find some parallels, as in, like, there's a lot of things that are the same. You might look at your life and go, I'm a little bit rough around the edges. I'm a little bit rough in some areas. My seat's a little bit faded. Maybe my seat's sagging a little bit too much. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's some things that need to be repaired. Maybe there's some things that need to be replaced. But in the end, that's not the way God looks at it. God looks at you not as a decrepit old blue van with no worth. He looks at you like you got some value, like you have a whole lot of value. This van, it may not seem like much, but every week it transports people to church. It goes and picks up people that would otherwise not be able to get to church. And to me, that's a big deal. It brings kids to the kids program on Sundays. It takes kids to see really cool concerts. It's transported youth all over the countryside so that they could experience God in new and different ways. So that's got a pretty big value. And if we were to just dismiss it on looks alone or on age alone, well, perhaps we'd be doing it a little bit of a disservice. We need to take a look at it. So when you take a look at your life, maybe try and see it the way God sees it. Maybe take a look at your life and say, hey, do I have some use? Do I have some value? What does God value? Does God value the fact that I come from a bad past or a negative background, or I've done some things in my life that aren't so good? Or does God take a look at you and say, you know what, I'm going to be able to use those things as a way of showing my grace, my love in other people, that you'll have a great story, that you can say to people, you know what, I was able to come through those things in my life, and I'm the better for it. So don't dismiss yourself just because you think, oh, I'm old and I'm blue and I'm rusty. God looks at you in a completely different way.